here's the thing though about Black History Month is that, again, they give you the shortest month in the year, okay? So I already see the thing that they try to do with this, where it's like, we're going to give you some recognition, but, you know, we'll just give it to you. You know, it's like the shortest month in the year. And it's always the same type of movies that they try to throw at you, man. You know, the movies about civil rights, the movies about slavery. Are these movies designed to empower you or to program you? You get what I'm trying to say? Because it's like I was telling, you know, Michael earlier, and I'll tell you earlier, where's the movie about Mansa Musa? Where's the movie about Shaka Zulu? Where's the movie about before Black people came to Africa, before slavery, before that stuff? Where's the good Nat Turner movie? You know what I'm trying to say?
Hello, and welcome to the Fourth Wall Podcast Show. Here with you again. I'm your host, SeeJayy, my boy, Tausifur.
Tausifur the philosopher.
Tausifur the philosopher.
That's the moniker for right now, before they cancel me again.
Yeah, man. Back for another episode with you guys. Glad to be back. They haven't shut us down yet. And I think talking about getting shut down, I should probably read this before we start, so we can keep it that way.
For legal purposes.
Yeah, so a little disclaimer. The following program delves into sensitive political, moral, and religious topics. The host's unique perspectives may challenge traditional viewpoints and provoke thoughtful conversations, which is kind of the point. Viewer discretion is advised, as the content is intended for mature audiences who appreciate nuanced discussions on complex subjects. The content discussed here is for entertainment purposes only. So don't try to, get some pitchforks out there against us. We're not witches. The real witches are out there. Yeah. And we're here to tell you about them.
And if you're really vibing with us, don't do no January 6th, all right? Just keep it cool, man. Wait for the signal.
But, yeah, man, like I said, glad to be back with you guys. Just real quick, man, I got a little rant. So on Fridays, right, Friday mornings, they come to our house, like our street, to do the street sweeping stuff.
Oh, yeah, I know about that, yeah.
And, Nigerian families, they got too many cars in the driveway. They always got, too many cars for their driveway.
They hit you with the ticket, bro?
So, nah.
Y'all do.
I'm always on it. So this time, we have an extra car out right now, so I'm I run out, I move my car because I hear them. Mm-hmm. And this is not the first time that we've had this issue with me and this street super guy, because there's a guy who follows him to give the ticket. So I go out there, I see him, I'm like, yo, that car's over here. He's like taking a picture of the license plate. I'm like, yo, don't you hear me? I got a Dragon Ball Z little, I got a little Dragon Ball Z robe, because it's cold right now. So I got it outside. I didn't have enough time to take it off, because in my head, I'm like, damn, he's going to see me in this and probably think, this nigga over here and some Dragon Ball, who he think he is? But I'm like, I don't have time. He's going to, by the time I get out there. So I had to go out with it. So I'm thinking in my head, man, he's looking at me not taking me seriously. But you get to a point where you're grown. Arguing with a grown man is kind of why are we arguing, man? He's like, hey, man, your car's on the street. I'm like, bro, there's no space in my driveway. Look at the driveway. There's no space. Where am I going to park it? He's like, is that your excuse? Is that your excuse against the law? I'm like, bro, you're not the law. You're right here. Use your human perception to make a call. He's like, we come here all the time. I'm like, this is not the first time we talked. You trying to act like we haven't had this conversation before. He's like, you never say, thank you when I let you. Oh. So now in my head, I'm like, okay, I know what this is. So you just want me to thank you for not giving me a ticket.
You just want to feel special.
I'm like, why am I going to thank you for not giving me a ticket? So by then I'm like, if you're going to give me the ticket, give me the ticket. Obviously, you can see with your eyes, where am I going to put the car? He's like, well, I have these guys in apartment places who I'm like, this isn't an apartment. Just make the decision. Don't even try to, tell me a story. Now I see what you're trying to do. So eventually he's just like, okay, man. Just next time, don't let it happen. I'm like, this is when has this happened? When it does happen, I'm out here. Don't act like you don't see me. So
you could have just ended that conversation. Was it a black guy?
It's funny you say that, man. It was one of those black dudes who they light skinned, but they got the Lionel Richie perm.
Okay, but those light skinned black people, they the ones that really want to be black. So it's you can just look at them and be like, hey man, it's February, bro. You gonna do this to me?
I think that's why he let me off.
In February.
I think that's why he let me off, because it was Black History Month. I think it was kind of like there's no reason for this, black on black, this nigga moment right here.
You ever like have those moments where it's like, you about to get a ticket, but you get there on time and you see the person.
That's exactly what happened.
You ever like tease them, you see them coming, and then you like
That's
pull
exactly
up to the car
and
and
I'm
like.
the type of person who I like smoke. So
yeah.
I'm like, give me the ticket or not.
But you ever made.
So we're both looking at, that meme, that P. Diddy and the dude on the show. The 4 where he's looking at the dude and the dude's looking at him like that. That's how it was. I'm looking at him. He's looking at me like, all right, like who's gonna break first?
Nah, I'll be walking there with swag. If I see them coming, I'll be like, I look at them like, ha ha. I just be like, oh, you thought, huh? Especially like the tow truck drivers. Oh man, those are I ain't gonna call them scum.
Nah, those guys, I don't know. I've never been in that situation, but that's a lot of money. So I'll probably be like, yo, hey, I'll probably be a little bit more nicer. But this dude is like, you're just a street sweeper, dude. Like, good, get out of here, bro. Like, don't be, what are you patrolling? I'm parked in my driveway. Like, get out of here.
Nah, for real, you just be like, come on, man. You let this house go, man. It's one of us. Come on, man.
But, yeah, man, speaking of Black History Month, happy Black History Month to everybody out there. I didn't know it was Black History Month or even notice until I actually turned on the TV. Like these days, I don't know about Black History Month. I go on HBO Max or Netflix and I see black movies, black all-stars. It's like, wait, why are we, what's going on right now? Like, did something happen? Did I miss something? I'm like, oh, it's February. That's why they're highlighting all these. How did you even know it was Black History Month this month?
I mean, here's the thing, though, about Black History Month is that, again, they give you the shortest month in the year, okay? So I already see the thing that they try to do with this, where it's like, we're going to give you some recognition, but, we'll just give it to you. It's like the shortest month in the year, and it's always the same type of movies that they try to throw at you, man. It's always the movies about civil rights, the movies about slavery. It's like, are these movies designed to like empower you or to program you? You get what I'm trying to say? Because it's like I was telling, Michael earlier, I'll tell you earlier, where's the movie about Mansa Musa? Where's the movie about Shaka Zulu? Where's the movie about before black people came to Africa, before slavery, before that stuff? Where's the good Nat Turner movie? You know what I'm trying to say? But it's like, it's almost as if like they don't want you, they can't give you those type of movies because it's gonna give black people ideas. It's gonna make people think like, like we are more than this. You know what I'm trying to say? What are they gonna do next, huh? Django Rechained? Like, come on, bro.
I mean, it is. I don't know. It is kind of. I don't want to say weird, but it's kind of. It seems like there's no progression when it comes to like you were saying, like the black movies. Like all of them are kind of like always the same. And then when it is like a progressive black movie, it's something like Black Panther, where it's like it's not even real.
It ain't even real.
It has that Obama effect. Where it brings,
I don't like that word.
It brings the culture together. It brings blacks. It inspires blacks. The morale is increased by a very large amount.
I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but I'm gonna just put the question out there. What did Obama actually do for black people? Man. I'm gonna throw it out there. It's there. It's all good.
He boosted.
Don't worry about it.
Significantly.
But, yeah. Okay. Anyways, that's a different episode. I'm gonna put it like this, man. If you really want to make Black History Month impactful, we got to do some extra stuff, man. Yeah. How about, this might be a little extreme, man. This might be a little extreme. For people to really feel Black History Month, to really feel the black experience from back in the day. Go back to segregation, okay? But put the white people in the situation of how it was like back in the day. This is for educational purposes only. You know what I'm saying? If you really care about black people and you're not going to give them reparations, how about we do this? Where it's like Black History Month. You go to class, okay, now you got to take the white kids to a plantation. Hear me out. They're going to have to go out there and pick some cotton, okay, meet a quota to understand the experience. You get what I'm trying to say? And, for just It maybe not the whole. Maybe some white people could get off. The cool whites, okay?
Nah. Now we're just
Some of the cool, you know, like people that could be excused. I don't know, man. Somebody like Gary Owen. Gary Owen could be excused.
Now you're just picking.
Jason Williams, white chocolate. You could be excused.
That defeats the whole purpose. Nah, I do agree though. There should be changes to make it impactful. I feel like first off, why is it just 1 month? It should be some year round. If it's gonna be in schools, have it some be like that's the whole year. The whole year we're learning about these white dudes. Why not the whole year just learn about? There's plenty of black people to learn about throughout the year. But besides the point, if we want to make it a thing, instead of just, when we go to school, you learn about these black people. What about when you go home? What about outside of school? Like, again, like the whole point is I didn't realize or, notice until I was watching TV that it was Black History Month. Back in the day when I would go to school, it's like, okay, I know it's Black History Month because I'm in school. I think it should be somewhere it's like it's outside of school. So the whole community, everyone kind of knows. We have these parades, right?
Hey.
Pride Month.
They got Pride Month. They got parades all day. All month. Where the black parades at, man?
Do we have a Black History parade? I was seeing in China they have like a Dragon Ball Z musical countdown type thing, like stuff like that. Like, why can't we do that? Like, hey, Black History Month parade in February. Bro, you have in your local community centers you have events where it's like, oh, bring your kids, bring your families, and that's like for school. Like, okay, class, you have this chart. You need to go to 3 Black History events in the month. And that's mid. Like, it should be more, but it's like, go to 3. So it's not like, oh, just you go to school. Kids ain't they're not even listening half the time. Their parents are probably like, oh, yeah, when they're talking about that, just put in your AirPods.
Yeah, not for real.
It's like, nah, make it to where it's like, okay, mandatory. Go to this event in your local community or at the school. City governments start putting the money where it matters. I got friends who are teachers saying we're not putting the money where it's supposed to go. Do fun events like that during the month of February. You got Black History Month events. Kids go and learn. You get it signed. You get points or whatever. However they grade it. But at least that's getting them out the house to actually learn about this stuff. Mm-hmm. And then the parents who were like, oh, I have a problem with this. At least oh, okay, keep an eye on this guy.
Look, man.
But that's what I think.
Yeah, you gotta have them feel the impact of it. If you live in the DC area, it's only fair. Let the White House be a public place for a house party and cookout.
That'd be cool.
It's only fair.
Hey, that'd be.
Who built the White House? Who built the country?
I like that.
Who built the country? You know what I'm saying? Black history is American history at the end of the day. People forget about the, all those years of free labor. You know what I'm saying? If you're not going to give us the reparations, let's be fair about it. All right.
I like the cookout idea. It's that'd be dope too.
But
just have
even
a
then, that's
in the
not
White
enough.
House, it's not enough, but it'll be cool. If you want to do something for the culture. My thing is just, personally, I'm kind of in that position where I'm like, why do we even have Black History Month? Why is there a black, if there's no racism, why are we calling Black History Month? Mm-hmm. But besides that, it's well, at least let's do it right. Let's not have Black History Month and not do, at least let's have an impact. We have the Super Bowl. We have All-Star Weekend in basketball and the Pro Bowl. We have all these sports events, but they're not black or there's no, I don't know, man.
This is the crazy part too. And I was talking about this with Michael before I came in and started this podcast. Think about this. All of these movies created, Jackie Robinson created as a hero who broke the color barrier and integrated black people into the MLB. In the long run, was that a good thing? Hear me out. Okay?
It's a morale boost. But
hear me out.
Black History Month is.
If the Negro Leagues stayed the Negro Leagues and all the black athletes and even Latin athletes stayed within that league, how much power would the Negro Leagues have against the MLB? And it's black owners within that league. And it gets to the point where it's some white players might just want to come to the Negro Leagues. You know what I'm saying? Now it's the power balance has shifted, So when you think about it, if you were to tell black people and give them a time machine to go back in time and be like, we really want to mix with these dudes, man? Or do we want to do it our own way? Because let's be honest, are you going to watch sports without black people? Are you going to watch sports? Are you going to watch the NBA? Is all fundamentals? Huh?
I mean, it depends.
No dunks?
It depends on the sport. It depends on the
flashy
sport.
layups? Come on, man.
Shout out Zach LaVine.
Shout out Zach LaVine.
He can dunk.
Okay. I was like, the hell?
And you're a white boy.
You're not a white boy. Still, don't do that, man.
You're a white boy, man.
White boys don't.
I mean, I guess he got the. I guess okay. He passes. He passes. Hey, shout out Matt McClung, dunk contest, 2-time champion, white boy.
Yeah, he's one of the. He would be one of those players if the NBA was run by black people and adequately represented by the people that make the league. Matt McClung will be one of those people that would probably leave the NBA to come into the NBA. You know what I'm saying? You know what the N stands for. But that being said, man, it's just like, it's like black people do so much to create the culture, to create the standard. You know what I'm saying? And don't get rewarded for what they contribute into society. Society would not be what it is. Here's another thing too, man. I think for Black History Month, they should make it a crime. There should be a crime. If you do not season your food, okay, and you're serving black people, that's a crime, all right? If I've seen some white households, man. I be going to the bathroom, all right? There's only one towel there. There's only one towel. Sometimes I'll be like, so, just out of curiosity, do y'all use the same towel to wash yourself and wash down there? Y'all don't got like a washcloth? That's foul. In my opinion, that's kind of foul. But just small things like that, man. It's just you gotta make this month more impactful.
If anything, I'd say maybe like 5% off. Oh, like
5% off. Come on, man.
Oh, you know,
just 5%.
Black product. I'm not good at math, so I don't know how little or big that. But
motherfuckers should be getting that shit for free.
See, you're going to. I'm thinking like 5% off, or because that's how much like my
all right, for legal purposes.
Credit card does deals like that. It's like 5%,
90% off, man.
I don't know.
Come on, bro.
Of black used products.
Who's it gonna hurt?
Black owned products. Like
black owned. Okay, I see what's up. Okay,
like stuff like that.
All right.
know?
How about this? Man, that probably can't happen. I can't say that.
I think all misdemeanors should just be, like if you're getting a speeding ticket, like it's like, oh, you're black. Oh, it's February. Yeah. Okay, you know what? Go ahead. The carpool lane, y'all, the whole month. If you're black, go ahead.
You're carrying too much weed. It's like, well, it's Black History Month, buddy.
But stuff like that, I feel like are appropriate. But I think y'all let us know in the comments. Make sure to like and subscribe. But make sure in the comments also to let us know what are some ideas you guys would have. If you were in the government, President Mr. Joe Biden was like, hey, we need to make Black History Month more, impactful.
It's capping.
Interesting.
He just saying words.
What are some ideas you guys have for
just
us? Let us know in the
mouth.
comments down below.
Also, black people, do not vote. Don't vote. Don't go out there and vote. Don't do it. If you really gonna vote, if they're gonna put a gun to your head and you gotta vote,
you
vote
gotta
red.
You gotta go vote. You gotta.
Don't.
If you want to vote, I mean that's up to you.
It doesn't make a difference.
I don't know what y'all want to do, but if you want to vote, go.
Look at the Joe Biden commercial where he went to a black family's house. They was eating chicken fingers.
Oh man. You know what? If we gonna talk, if we gonna get to that, we just gonna
stop voting for Biden. Get out the mental plantation.
So if we're gonna say that, let's talk about these shoes by Donald Trump, right?
Yeah.
So what's the difference then between Joe Biden going to a black
this is the difference. I'm gonna tell you right now.
And Donald Trump dropping the.
I'm gonna tell you right now. Overt racism is way better than covert racism. Okay, Because at least with overt racism, it's a little endearing. You know, it's like,
Sure.
they know we like shoes, and them shoes is ugly, but at least they get us to a certain extent, okay? At least they're honest with their racism. Whereas this liberal racism is so sneaky, so snake-like, you know? It's just like, every time they talk, I just hear, you know?
Yeah, I do agree. Republicans are more, they're more open, you know, with their delusions.
But it's
you know?
funny though.
But
Their
at least
racism
it's,
is
I
funny.
was gonna say it's more
endearing.
like the crazy, you know, uncle, like veteran uncle, you know, who comes back. You're just kind of like, he says all this crazy stuff, like, oh, black people.
You
blah,
don't
blah,
you
blah.
don't
But
laugh
it's like,
sometimes.
but you just you're just like,
Yeah.
man, this like it's like Rick and Morty, like, oh, Uncle Rick, you know, you're just oh, he says the craziest, you know. But the Democrats, they're kind of like, they put on this mask. Like they're trying to like, oh yeah, we're, you know, everything's all happy and dandy, but behind closed doors they're struggling.
It's just
running
annoying,
around like, oh my
man.
gosh,
It's just like,
you know.
see, the democratic racism is just like they're under the impression where it's like they just think we can't, y'all can't do stuff for yourself. You know, it's like, oh, they need abortion clinics, they need this and they need that. They don't need nothing. Where it's like with the Republican stuff, it's like at least they're willing to be like, you know, at least they're family oriented. They're about unity. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather deal with somebody that every now and then I got to deal with somebody coming up to me like, hey, what's up, brother? Give me some skin. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, as long, again, like the show, it's all about having that open, you know, safe space. I'm all good with that as long as it's like, okay, we can have an open understanding. Like you got down in the South, you got blacks, whites riding horses together, you know, going on hunting trips together. Now there might be some, you know, I'm not gonna say slurs, but there's stereotypical jokes.
Yeah.
You know, but that's like
the Republican
you know, like,
racist jokes are a lot funnier.
Yeah, and it's not like it's crazy stuff, you know. It's respectable. It's never out of line because they know, like, oh, what? Excuse me, what do you say? Oh, I didn't mean it like that. You know, as long as it's that respect, you know who you're talking to. It's all good. You know,
this is the thing. When those type of people being racist, you kind of laugh it off. When it's those undercover libs being racist,
the undercover ones,
where it's just,
dude,
you just kind of like register in your head. You gotta be like, the whole time you gotta be like,
I'm not gonna lie. That's because those ones, it's like, wait, what? Excuse me? It's like, oh, I'm sorry. Like you're reaching for the last watermelon, and a white lady's like, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. And it's like, wait, what? Why would you?
Oh, because it's Black History
Month.
Month.
Oh no, I don't need watermelon. It's like, what do you mean? What do you mean I don't need?
I just don't like it when people
then
are being.
Why are you going for the watermelon? Now, if that was like the other side, it's like, man, take that watermelon, you big lip, blah blah blah. It's like, what?
I don't know who you talking to. But hey, like you said, I'll be laughing in that situation.
But at least I'll be like, excuse me. In my head, I'm just like, nah, take it like, thanks.
You lucky there's watermelon.
but at least you can respect, like, this dude got guts. Like, I need to get out of this town, but at least you know where you're at.
Exactly.
You know what you're. He's undercover. It's
I'll
like,
tell you this
I don't
much.
know. I don't know. You know, like what. You know, it's kind of fake. It's kind of fake.
Fake. I'll tell you this much. If shit hit the fan, I'm telling you right now. If I need somebody to back me up in a bar fight, I'm taking the racist Republican guy every single day. Cause the liberal dude, he probably a pussy. All right. They just be talking and talking. When shit hit the fan, they really not about it. I work sales. I know disingenuous people, okay? These people keep talking like... And here's the thing about these libs, man. And again, I just want to reiterate, I hold no political affiliation whatsoever. I don't vote for either party.
True.
They ain't gonna do nothing for you. But that being said, those type of people, they're with the cause, not because it's for you. It's for them because they want to be a part of something. Because them same people that was marching in Black Lives Matter was the same people that was calling the cops on me. Okay, I'm just gonna put it out there.
It's a situational thing, you know. It's whenever it's something, you know. Again, it's all about hype. Like again, if like you were saying, if a Democrat was in a fight, I think it would be more like they would take out their phone and record it, like, oh, I'm recording you. A Republican's more like, all right, we gonna do this old fashioned way, like we gonna get down, like we gonna square up. So
Republicans follow through. It's more black and white.
I feel on that point, the whole Biden going to a random family's home, it looked kind of too.
It's insulting. What did the dude say? He said, "If you don't vote for me, you're not black." The hell?
And that was before AI too. So
it's the same man that passed the crime bill back in the day, man. People forget. Man.
And also, I'm seeing like these bet sites. They're like putting up like, oh, who's gonna be the president for going into this next presidential presidency. And Kamala Harris isn't even doing anything. Like I'm thinking like at least like this whole time I'm thinking, okay, Biden is like not there. Like this guy's too old. He doesn't know what's going on. Why isn't someone like Kamala Harris taking over? Why doesn't she have that?
Please don't let her take over.
All right, I'm not saying, I'm a fan.
I'm gonna come out and say it. CJ not gonna say it. I'm gonna say it. Fuck that bitch.
I'm not saying I'm a fan, but it's like, why
she not even black?
Why not take charge of the situation? Like you see this old guy, I would feel like, okay, this is my chance to take over. This is my chance to show, like I can be a strong woman.
They can't be real.
Push that whole, agenda.
They can't be real. It's against their rules to be authentic. She's a heartbeat away from being the president. She wants to say it, but they can't do it. They're not authentic people. That's why
either that or she's all bark no bite.
Look, no, that's what it is. That's all these politicians for the most part. That's why with Trump, when he came in, he was just talking reckless. People resonated with that because it's like, hey, what did he tell black people? Why to vote for him? What have you got to lose? That's the realest shit I ever heard. That's some real shit. Where it's like, hey, you're right. If we looking at the numbers, you know what I'm saying? Be honest. When did you have the most money in your bank account? When were you making the most money? Before or after Biden was president? Come on, man.
I don't know.
We was eating off that.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, there were that period, that Trump era. I was.
The man gave us the stimmies.
I was eating heavy. Yeah, but I can't say.
Hit us with that PPP.
It was
not that I signed up for it or anything.
It was a different time. I was in a different place at the time. Like thank God of the position I was in. But Trump was president, so I think he does factor into the reasoning why I was benefiting at that time. But yeah, since Biden hit, it's been pretty rough. Milk is too expensive. I haven't eaten cereal as much as I would like to.
It's disgusting. My credit score should go up a couple points every time I get gas, man. This is not fair, bro.
Gas is
it's crazy.
And then the whole the whole school debt and stuff like that. He's capping. He tried at first. I heard that he's actually going through with it. Some people are actually getting
you heard their did he do it like that. No,
I don't know. I heard it was on and off, and they tried to. I signed up for it myself. I don't think it
ain't gonna happen. Man, I'm just tired of this dude, bro. I'm just tired. And it's like like if you're gonna be a bumbling idiot, you know what I'm saying? Like it's like I can't even laugh. You know what I'm saying? Like at least with Trump when he was president, it was entertainment.
It was entertaining
every day, man. Entertainment every day. It's like even the people that wanted to hate him, you couldn't really hate him because the dude was funny.
It was entertaining,
and he gets shit done. That's why, like, we may not agree with everything politically, and I think to a lot of black people out there, I just need y'all to know, man, the media will, whoever they don't like, they will twist the narrative and try to push a narrative on you to make that person unlikable. Do your own research, listen to that person for yourself, and then make your own judgment. Definitely do not listen. Hey, look up Operation Mockingbird, okay? If you're watching CNN, if you're watching Fox News, feds, all right? That's all I got to say. Do your own research.
So what do you think of the shoes, the Trump shoes?
They ugly as hell, but
the whole
but you could
situation.
You could see what he's trying to do. He's trying to, he's putting shoes out there. It's like that Ye effect. You know what I'm saying? Just like Kanye does the same thing. It's like a fuck you tactic. It's like them shits is ugly, but his name is attached to it. and you probably gonna buy
Yeah,
it.
that's true. Cause the Yeezy Pods, you know, it kind of had that same effect where the shoes were ugly. They were too pricey for me to even, you know, to get, but I still appreciated the gesture. You know, I knew what it was. I knew I was like, really, like you dropping shoes, like, you know, like black people like shoes. They're saying like, oh, you know,
That's what I'm saying.
You know, black people like shoes, but it's like, really. But at the same time, it's like I appreciate the gesture. Like there had to be thought going into the shoe.
I mean, is there really thought going into the shoe?
There's thought going into the shoe.
Here's the thought that's going into the shoe.
Into the design. There had to be a designer.
Here's the thought that was going into the shoe. Okay,
know,
he was probably thinking like, I'm gonna make these motherfuckers so ugly, so expensive.
I don't think he thinks.
And if these white people gonna buy that shit,
now no, there's a difference. The white people think they're fire. The white people think it's fire.
That's the funny part.
The white people think it's fire, so they're going to buy it.
That's why he does it.
And the white people have the money. They're going to buy it. The black people, they just appreciate the gesture. You know, again, it's one of those things. It's like, I'm at the store, the last watermelon. Hey, yeah, you can have you big lip, blah, blah, blah. I appreciate the gesture.
Did somebody actually say that? You just make
Nah.
Okay,
the last watermelon, that'd be... I've never been to the store that had the last watermelon. But like,
they ain't even gonna get to that situation. It's gonna be gone.
That's what I'm saying. I ain't from that part of. I'm from Mova. I'm from the Murder. You know. So I appreciate the gesture. So just to have him drop these shoes, it's like, okay, I like that. Kanye with the Yeezy Pods, it's like, I appreciate the gesture. What you're trying to do? Oh, I'm trying to make my stuff affordable. I'm trying to make these high quality, you know, products, but affordable for the people. $20. Oh yeah, they look kind of ugly. You know, they look kind of ugly to his diehard fans like Trump, the whites. Oh, yeah, these look cool. You go to a fashion show or some shoe place. Oh, yeah, those Yeezy Pods, yeah, those are dope, man. They all right, but they're $20. I see the cause. Kanye, shout out. I'm going to get me a couple pairs.
You go to some of these Hollywood parties, man. Some of these older dudes, 40-year-old guys be wearing that type of shit. Thinking they really look hard. You know?
If you find anybody or see anybody on the street with those Trump shoes, take a picture. Hashtag what's
secure the vote.
White man can't Trump. I seen that on the SNL skit. White man can't Trump. Hashtag and Fourth Wall podcast show. Yeah, man. I just want to see those shoes in action.
I just like how he keeps it simple.
The person who buys them.
He keeps it simple. He's like, this is the mindset that you gotta like. It's just like black people. They like shoes. Let's release some shoes.
They're on GOAT right now.
What do people need? Money. Let's drop the stimmies.
Oh yeah, this is one of those tactics where it's like to obviously get money for the campaign. I'm telling y'all, man. I can't wait for because you know it's like the NBA playoffs. Once you hit March, April, it starts revving up for the campaign, for the presidential race. Once it starts hitting like July, August, September, once the leaves start changing colors and orange and stuff like that, it's like, yeah. Once you start seeing those debates, it's crazy, man. Democrats are getting scared. Trump is actually it's actually happening.
They should be. I'm gonna tell you,
it's actually happening. Like Trump is actually in the race, regardless of all the court, trials and all that stuff. He's in the race and he's winning. Well, Nikki Haley crying on national television. I'm gonna stay in the race. I'm not gonna. Why? Because Americans aren't ready for a female president.
No, that bitch is a bot. That's why.
But at the same time, no, she ain't about it.
She's not likable. But that being said, overall, it's just like simplicity wins everything. I'll tell you right now, if Trump doesn't become president, there's gonna be a riot. It's probably gonna be a riot.
Nah.
This is gonna be a riot. It may be ushering in a civil war.
Unless he were to incite something or like say like, if he were to be,
it's not gonna incite nothing. It's just a lot of people are so sick and tired of the way that things are right now. They gonna riot. They're gonna say, hey, they stole the vote again. Ain't no goddamn way there's that many stupid people in America that will vote for that dude. Ain't no.
But they're saying it's not about people voting for him. It's about people not going to vote, period. So they're saying go
if
vote. If
people don't vote, period, that helps out Trump.
That's what I'm saying. They're like, well, we need people to vote. Because they're like, if people don't vote, Trump's probably going to win.
That's probably going to be the entertaining thing, too. Here's the entertaining thing. All of the tactics that the Democratic Party is going to come out to try to get the black vote. That's going to be funny, okay? And they don't even know they're being funny. They're being mad funny. The whole thing where he went to the family's house eating chicken and stuff. Really, bro? What did they really say with that commercial?
Yeah, the whole
buy them with chicken.
I saw the kids. I don't know if it was a TikTok or like a video they posted on social media, and it's them like, "Oh, Biden's at our house."
The only
President's
way
at our house. I'm like,
I'm gonna tell you right now.
What's going on?
The only way that Democrats can secure the black vote, and they're not gonna do it, but the only way to do it, if they give reparations by taking out them billions of dollars that they send to Israel every year and transfer that to black people, you might have the vote. Just an idea, throwing it out there.
I don't think black people care about all that. They care about
you really think they don't care about
moving forward. They care about their families.
Hey, I'll tell you what, $1 billion gonna move a lot of shit forward.
I guess quickly, yeah, but I mean, you know, black people when you give them money like that.
See, now you one of them, man. you
know,
talking like one of them right
once.
now, man.
Hey, man, I'm just saying, you give it all at once, you don't know. You gotta give it to them in little, increments. Like, okay, here you go.
With the $1 billion, you get a financial advisor with that too. There you go. All right. But speaking of that,
as long as a financial advisor has a certain type of hat on. But.
Well, look. Speaking of cross cultures, Beyonce topping the charts in country music.
Yeah, during Black
conveniently
History Month,
during Black History Month. You know what I'm saying? What you think about that?
Well, first I heard the songs.
Songs? I thought it was just one.
It was two.
Oh.
It was two songs. Already they're in my top 10 country songs of all time. There's some good, Rascal Flatts, Life is a Highway.
I don't even know.
That's great. One of my, I'd probably say top 3. There are other ones, there's Old Town Road got to be country, man. Old Town Road got to be country, man. Lil Nas X, that was his best song ever created. Billy Ray Cyrus is just saying there. But there are other country songs that I like. So to say that is saying something. And then you got other artists like Mumford and Sons and stuff, but that's more like folk. But no, Beyonce's. I was messing with the 2 songs. They're cool.
How you think?
I think it was number 1 more because of the hype. It's Beyonce.
How you think the country music community feel about that?
I think
they're a little salty?
I'm not gonna lie. I'm sure there are gonna be like some salty people that are like, oh, Beyonce just came in and already she's, and I'm sure there's gonna be some who were like, oh, okay, like it doesn't really matter because they're already above that. They're like, okay, like this doesn't mean anything. But I feel like blacks did it. It was a natural thing. I feel like Beyonce did her thing with that. And she naturally got, people behind it. The Beehive is a very strong following, almost a cult following. So it's no surprise.
Speaking of cult following, do you feel like it was a power play on her end to try to stay on level with Taylor Swift, where it's kind of like a FU to her, where it's like, bitch, you think you got it like that? I'm a step into your hood.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying?
I'll say this, yeah. If we hear Taylor Swift doing R&B, or some type of
I don't think she got the.
Yeah,
she got the soul.
No soul music. So it is a testament to how good Beyonce is. But I don't think Taylor Swift is gonna look at this as any competition to her, because
how do you
if Taylor
know
Swift
that?
wants to move the world, she's gonna move the world. How do you at this point?
You don't know what goes on behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying?
But I'm just off of how she is and how she acts. I don't think this is something that the white people, the country, people are gonna be like really make it a big deal, because it's gonna come and it's gonna pass. It's not like Beyonce is gonna be country, forever. They're going to have another country star come out.
It's probably a power play.
I think the only people who are upset are the music movers in that industry, the ones who didn't want to play her songs on the radio in the first place. So I think it was a natural win. Shout out to Rock Nation, La Familia. I hope I get invited to one of those parties.
Say that now.
Invite me to one of those all white parties. Dressed in all white.
Don't let nobody hug you.
Purity.
Don't drink the wine. Don't smoke the weed.
But I think it was a natural victory. During Black History Month. You gotta love it. But it's just interesting to see what's gonna happen next in that realm of country music. I feel like,
really?
And if it inspires anyone else to do country. Jump outside of the
box. That's probably what's
going
to happen. It might have opened the floodgates for that. Where
That's
it's
what I'm
like,
saying. Yeah.
It's like open up. like opening up the borders, you know. It's like now these country music people gonna be. I feel like some of them gonna be mad salty because like they opened up the borders and now they're coming in and they're taking our music too, you know.
Hey man, but that's how it usually goes, man. Black people kind of.
But you know the thing they could lean on is like black people typically make things more saucy.
That's what I'm saying.
You know,
yeah.
they're probably
and the
doing
songs,
you a
the
favor.
songs were dope. Like again, it wasn't that same old riding on a tractor in the farm. You know, it was some real.
I just want to reiterate with just realize, you know, with the whole vibe of this whole conversation, I love white people. Okay, none against y'all, man. I love white people. I love everybody. Just want to put that out there. We're just making observations. Go on.
Oh yeah, observation. Like I said, these and you see, we can have an open conversation. Like it may be a stereotype or not, but I'm sure a lot of white people can be like, okay, yeah, there was a time I called this guy big lip, blah 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 blah, and it's and it's all good.
Still trying to figure out who that guy is.
But it's all good if you're out there, you know. But yeah, man. Like I said, it'll just be interesting to see, you know, going forward what goes on in country music. But I don't think it's a big, huge thing. Again, it's Beyonce. No surprise, you know, she kills it at everything she does. So what I'd be surprised to see is Taylor Swift do like some type of
I think it's gonna open up. I think it's gonna be a back and forth because look, little conspiracy thing out here. All right, if you look at the nature of the Taylor Swift concerts, the shows, and the Beyonce shows, there's a common theme. A lot of pentagrams, a lot of antlers, a lot of ceremonial, ritualistic stuff going on. There's people out here saying, these are people, I'm speaking for the people, saying that they are both high priestess witches in the industry, okay? So it's kind of like a battle between the two, you know? So you might see a lot of back and forth between them going forward within the year because it's for supremacy. It's for power.
Actually, you know what? I think this is Beyonce trying to, and this is just a crazy, you know, but I've just always had the thought of like, why does Beyonce always look white?
Right.
Like I remember years back, there was like a makeup commercial or ad where Beyonce looked very light skinned. And it was like, oh, why she look light skinned? Blah, blah, blah. Like it's like she's gradually turning more white. Now she's never been dark, but she's always, you know, at least has some complexion. But she's gradually, and now with this whole country thing, like I saw like her hair is all, she looks like a white country like Barbie doll, you know. Like I'm like, dang, like
I want everybody. If you want to take it upon yourself, look at the old interviews of Beyonce. She's from Texas. She had a very thick Texas accent. Where did it go?
She still kind of has that
What
accent,
happened?
you know. She still kind of has that accent. It's now more like black, you know. It's more like, you know, but I don't know. I just feel like maybe this is like some type. I mean, this is just crazy talk. But it just seems like maybe she's transitioning or like. I don't know.
Here's some crazy talk from me too. I don't think it's the same person. Just like I talked from the last episode. It's two Kanye's out there.
Yeah, I guess this is like.
I think there's
Beyonce,
another Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? And look. If you go on eBay, if you go online, you could buy a skin suit for about 20 8-10K. You buy a skin suit.
And there were rumors too that her music was sounding different, like after the last album. Now again, people were saying she had different writers and stuff like that, which does make sense because, you know, once you get, the bigger you get, more writers you have access to. Bruh. And it was like a pop dance, you know, record. But
she had a song where she said she ripped out pages from the Bible and drenched it in period blood.
What?
It's out there. She said it.
But yeah, she might be a clone. That's a good point. Yeah.
I'm not saying anything definitively. I'm just saying the music industry.
No, if the clone epidemic is real, then yeah, she's been cloned.
The clone thing is just the tip of the iceberg. I'm just letting y'all know the music industry, very demonic, very satanic. Okay, all these people of influence, music. Your body is mostly water. That's vibrations. Okay. And when you're listening to this music, especially a song with a really good beat, and they saying some foul ass shit in there.
Yeah.
You know,
you just gotta, you know,
Be wary, people.
You just gotta have the
Stop
power
calling her
within you,
Queen Bee.
to fight
All right?
the temptation. No, be aware of, don't get too sucked into the idolization of these celebrities. Know the limit of, oh, I love this celebrity, I'm a fan, and you praising them, worshiping these people, because there's only one God.
Yeah, and if you do,
I'm not here to
worship
preach
these people-
religion, but beyond that, it's also good for your health. You start praising and worshiping these celebrities and stuff like that, you lose purpose. You're on your phones all the time trying to look up the rumors and stuff. You get lost in that type of stuff, and you lose your life. So yeah, just know your limits like that.
Yeah, might want to take a look in the mirror. What are you doing following Twitter? What are you doing following pages called Beyonce updates? What you doing?
I know.
Huh?
What's the point?
You got bills to pay. Pick up your kids.
Like, not even the actual artist doesn't even post that much, but you want to go look for that shows how deep you are in it.
We don't got the BetterHelp sponsorship yet, but when we do get it,
Nah. BetterHelp. I ain't trying to.
that's true.
But I don't believe in all that.
Just go lay down for a little bit.
But yeah, man. We want to thank you guys for hanging out with us today on this episode. You got any final? I think this is the last. Our last shooting for February. Any last Black History Month facts you might want to throw out there, since you got the whole chic and do-rag on?
Look, man.
Got any wisdom to pass down?
I will say this. All of these people out here, you need to be on the lookout for the sellouts, okay? Be on the lookout for those. I'm going to call somebody out before we bounce, man. Van Jones. All right? Van Jones. You cringe as hell. People don't fuck with you. You're a sellout. If you hear this, I'm all about the smoke. All right? You out here going to these rallies, and you're never consistent with your message, man. And more black people starting to figure that out, all right? You're just like Al Sharpton, man. We always see pictures of you. Where's he going to next to sell people out, man? Over here crying because President Biden is president. Come on, man.
Yeah, that was pretty sus, bro.
Man, get back in the house. Look out for the sellouts, all right? All these people on MSNBC, on CNN, they ain't for you, okay? I'm going to say that this is going to be a controversial thing to leave off on.
Listen to whatever makes you comfortable, man. Whatever.
This is going to be controversial.
All the information is the same. It's just how you want to take it.
I'm going to say this. The last thing I'm going to say. There's a lot of streets named after Martin Luther King because they want you to see him as the type of person to be. There's never any streets named after Malcolm. You ever wonder why that is? You ever wonder?
There are streets.
Where? Where the Malcolm X streets at?
I think I've seen a couple.
Nah, they never recognize him. They just talk about him here and there. I'm going to say this. Malcolm was right.
Sure.
Malcolm was right. Martin, last thing he said, he led his people into a burning house. That's all I'm going to say, all right? Look into that. Understand it. Go with the right philosophy. That's all I'm going to say, man.
And, yeah, my final thoughts, if you want to do your actual research, there's plenty of places online. Libraries still exist. Go, read up on your Black history, learn about real history, where your ancestors came from. If you are Black, if you just want to learn about the history of, Blacks in the United States and how the come up was. But that's going to be all for us. Another enjoyable episode. We're starting to have fun with this. Thanks for, being here again.
Yeah, man. Hey.
Till the next time, make sure to like and subscribe. Hashtag Black Hat. Hashtag White Hat to see who you were feeling with on this episode.
Yeah, choose Martin or Malcolm.
There's none of that. But yeah, man. And if we don't see you again till then, good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Peace.
Free Larry Hoover. Free Palestine.